Three black Trump voters were being interviewed on CNN by Van Jones, and he asked them why they flipped from Democrat to Republican.
You weren't always a Republican.
No, actually, I come from a family that was like super Democratic. My first time voting, I voted Democrat. I voted for Joe Biden.
What about Trump appealed to you?
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, part of it is he's an I like authenticity.
You voted for Obama then you voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, but 2020 you voted for Donald Trump. What made the change?
I began listening to someone, her name is Candace Owens, and I read her book, and it just opened my eyes to maybe he's not this person that I have been led to believe that he was.
So you voted against Trump in 2016,
yes,
but then in 2020 you voted for him?
Absolutely.
Why?
I saw how things were going during his first term, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I was pleased with what was happening. I saw the economy getting better. I saw country relations in certain countries getting better.
So there you see these wonderful Trump voters. They're young, and they're a part of a demographic that previously was only given over to the Democrats, right? So these are people who would normally be considered solid Democrat voters who would never ever vote for someone like Donald Trump. But they did, and they gave clear reasons for it. One of them cited personality, basically, essentially saying that President Trump has a personality like people that he knows. He's strong, he's not easily pushed over. The others talked about policy. So their conversation, their responses there actually go against what Stephen A. Smith said earlier in the show. Stephen A. Smith was talking about Donald Trump not really winning. It was the Democrats that lost. But is that what you heard from those two voters? No, it wasn't. So Stephen A. Smith has to go deeper. He has to actually watch clips like the ones we just watched. He has to have an understanding of why those voters voted the way that they did. We're talking about black men, Hispanics. We're talking about overall demographics of women, even suburban women breaking harder for Trump than they did for the Biden Harris Waltz ticket. And so, what was the reason behind that? You can't just say, because of a kind of perceived dislike for Trump, that he didn't really win. That's simple. It doesn't go deep enough. Stephen A. Smith has to actually cut below the surface to figure out why his candidacy would be meaningful. It could be, but why? That's the question.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.